Re- Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, November the 13th, 2023. Monday, November the 13th. Well, let's see what's going on in Y&R land. We have Nick talking to Sharon, bringing her up to speed. Victor finally admitted he was faking it. And, it's just things are in more of a turmoil than ever. And she pretty much says, so you have to go there. You have to go back to Newman Enterprises. And he says, yeah, but Sharon, you know, until things can be in order. So she goes, well, look, you helped Kirsten get off to a great start. The departments are running smoothly. I could do this. And he goes, I know you can, Sharon. I know you can. She goes, I just felt we made a good team, but I can do this, by myself. What do you mean by yourself? You got Mariah there. Now, instead of her just being some social media, whatever, teach the girl to step up to do more. But guess what? Sharon has never been a corporate mogul person. So how's she going to teach Mariah when she doesn't really know? She knows how to run the coffee house. But as far as running a corporate business, she does need help. It's too bad Adam is Adam because he could have helped. Adam could help Sharon make something great. He really, really could. He has the business know how. But see, he's so busy trying to make everything a weapon against Newman Enterprises. So that's why that would not work. But remember, Sharon wanted to partner with Adam, before the whole Nick involved and all of that good stuff, right? So now, she says, do what you need to do, Nick. We are going to be fine. So of course you're going to be fine, Sharon, and Nick's going to walk away from there 3 months from now. So don't even worry about it. And then we have Victor talking to Adam, and he was just, honestly said, I'm be honest with you, son. I really thought you were going to be the one that I caught with my little test trap. And he says, and I'm happy it wasn't you. And so Adam is like, well, Dad, since we're being brutally honest, you're being brutally honest with me, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. You know how I said I wanted to come back here and work my way from the ground up? He said, oh, that was a ruse. I didn't mean that. I was gonna come here, be the best little assistant I could be, look for my end, and then I was gonna tear this company from the inside out. He just told, which is, he said, because I was so hurt at the way you just snatched me away from, Kirsten and McCall Unlimited. And Victor said, really? He says, yeah. He said, so what made you decide not to? He said, when I honestly thought you were sick, he said, that like shook me to my core. He goes, you and I have been just battling for years. He says, and I didn't want you to go out like that. I want us to have a real father-son relationship. That's what I want it to end up being, you know? He said, so no, at the threat that something was wrong with you, I had to figure out a way to try to get you the best help that, money could buy because I need you around here longer. He goes, yeah, we gonna still fight, I'm sure. But so he goes, I just do. And so Victor was like, hmm. And he says, so what's your plan, Dad? Now that Nate's gone. I know you want Nick to come back. But where does that leave me? And Victor says, I haven't decided where it's going to leave you. He said, well, he's like, well, I want a top job. I want a high position. I deserve it. He goes, I've run this company, and every company that I've been put in charge of, it's done well. Because Newman Media did well, right? And so Victor says, well, look, son, I can't have you working too closely with Victoria and Nicholas because there would be way too much infighting. And so Adam says, so no matter what I do, I'm always going to come second to your first family. And he goes, that's not what I'm saying. He goes, that is what you're saying. Realistically, that is what you're saying. I am never going to be on the level of Victoria and Nicholas, and I'm your son. And when he said it, it kind of made me sad because look, he's been fighting for this all his adult life since he's been made aware that Victor is his father, right? And he's still never getting it because Victor has never put his foot down to that family and said, stop it. He is my blood. And you all will treat him that way. See, including my baby, my baby, my baby, Nikki. So where Adam leaves, kind of didn't slam the door, but it shut a little briskly. And Victor leans back in his chair and he's thinking, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because he's right, right? Because he is right. So then we have, oh, Victoria is stomping her feet in Nikki's office. You knew about it. You didn't tell me. You could have, put your foot down. He goes, she goes, Victoria, I've had a long day. We could talk about this tomorrow. She goes, no, and why not now? Oh, what else is there? Oh, she just went on. And Nikki said, look, this was your father's wishes because he felt if you knew, you would go tell Nate everything you knew. But to let me worry, and she goes, and quite frankly, I didn't know what you would do. Because you know how I feel about Nate. Yes, I do. And I don't feel the same way. And she goes, see, then, don't wonder why your father didn't tell you. I told him I didn't like the plan, but I didn't know about it till it was already in motion. And of course, there have been times you've gone against dad. She goes, I wasn't going to go against him this time. She said, because look at the result. I believe Nate's explanation. She says it, see, you're still backing Nate. So, to be clear, darling, this was your father's arrangement. Yes, I knew, but there was nothing I could do to change his mind. I hate that you were worried, but he needed to do what he needed to do. So Claire comes in. Oh, excuse me, Nikki. Excuse me. And I know I'm interrupting, but and Victoria says, no, and Nikki says, oh, we're done. She's like, because Vicky was just, I'm thinking, oh my God, what a 2-year-old. When you pushed your own brother out to promote your boyfriend, you wouldn't hear nothing from nobody, not even your mother. So shut up, girl. Shut up. So Victoria leaves, and Claire says, oh, I hate to do this, but my great Aunt Jordan, she's fallen and broken her arm. and she's all alone at the lake house. And I just need a few days. And she goes, oh no, because Nikki had sat her down and got her some tea, right? And she said, no, look, oh no, how is she? She'll be fine, but she's all alone, and I guess she's in her 80s. She didn't. I don't know if they even said her age, but she's up there, right? I just need to get her settled, you know. And Nikki says, look, take all the time you need. I'm getting ready to leave anyway. I'm gonna go to Seattle to see my sister Claire, and so I won't need you. You are free to go take care of your aunt. She says, and you know what? Why don't I give you a ride on the Newman jet? We can detour, she said, because where her aunt's at is close, northern, I guess, California or northern coast. She goes, it's not far from Seattle. I could drop you off and then go right up to my sister's. She goes, that's so nice. And oh, then she goes, oh, and great Aunt Claire admires you so much. She feels she's doing the whole butter up. She feels I couldn't have more of a perfect job than be mentored by you and blah, blah, blah. Could you possibly, I know it's a lot to ask, could you just come and meet my Aunt Jordan just for a few minutes? That would lift her spirits. And so Nikki thought about it. She thought, well, that's kind of odd, you know, going into employees, As soon as she said that, I thought, girl, you don't know that employee that well. You want to see, here's the deal. We're in the 21st century. You want your great aunt to meet Nikki? Do a FaceTime, do a Zoom. That's all you got to do. Do a Zoom, face to face. The wealthy don't just go in everybody's house now, right? So Nikki says, well, sure, but it can only be for a short while because I must get up to where my sister is in Seattle. No, understood. Oh, no, understood. So when she leaves, she makes this phone call. I mean, not phone call, she texts, get everything ready. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hmm. So I said, yep, here it is. It's about to come. And so Victor comes in. Hey, my baby, you ready to go? She goes, oh, God, yes. It's been a long day. And so she goes, but we need to talk first. And she goes, Victoria was here and she is still very, very upset with you, Victor. I told you this was going to happen. He goes, of course she's upset because I fired her boyfriend. She goes, no, she feels betrayed that you did not. He goes, no, you knew why I had to do it that way. She goes, yes, I know why you had to do it that way in your mind. I know you would still see it that way, but I'm saying you're risking losing her. He said, Victoria is not going to go anywhere. He said, because she is my daughter. And I'm telling you, in the back of my mind, she now is wondering about Nate Hastings. See, she knows I was right there. She doesn't want to admit it, but she knows. He goes, Victoria will come around. So Nikki says, okay. He goes, no. He goes, I'll take care of everything, my darling, my baby. You go see your sister. You go meet this great Aunt Jordan, and you just take a break from here. So she goes, okay. So, that's pretty much what happened. Nothing earth shattering happened at all. We have Nicholas in Victoria met again at the Jazz Lounge. They ended up at the Jazz Lounge. And Victoria's trying to pump Nicholas for what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to, I don't know, Nick, are you going to come back? And Nick said, because Vicky's looking at him like, how much far can I hedge my bets? Because see, if Nicholas wasn't coming back, Victoria could take a harder stance against her father. But if Nicholas was coming back, Victoria always knows Victor always wanted Nicholas in charge. Always. That has never changed. So when he goes, probably, she thought, okay, right? She had to rethink herself now. So we shall see. We'll see the dynamics as to what's going to happen tomorrow. But you know, we'll see the infighting. We'll see what's going to happen. But that's my daily recap. I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless. I really don't believe nothing they're doing for November sweeps is going to get them any nominations. The storylines are just too weak. They really, really are. So, with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow.